Good morning. So it is July 3rd, and we are officially in Pennsylvania. I'm trying for 18 miles today. That should put me outside of Caledonia, or right at Caledonia State Park. Not sure what the weather's going to do. First woke up, it was already drizzling this morning. Since it has stopped, but it is still kind of overcast. Thunderstorms are slated to be here. I've seen everything from 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock this afternoon, and then possibly late into the evening. So I do have a couple of shelters before I get to that 18-mile mark, if need be. But the goal is to make it to State Route 30. I'm either going to stay at Caledonia Park, or there's a church that has tenting available. Stopping so this is why I keep stopping. I'm literally walking through people's backyard, and obviously it's a bit of a distraction, not only for me, but for the people that are outside on the porch or getting in their cars, wanting to know, what's this crazy man doing, walking, talking to himself. This has pretty much been my trail all day. Yes, there was some rock scrambling early, and there has been some descent, but for the most part, it's pretty flat, pretty cruisy. My reward for that is, focus, 7.2 miles in 2 hours and 15 minutes. Not too shabby. Very nice new bridges. I would say money well spent if this was the ATC doing it. Tumbling Run Shelter is probably most famous for its no snoring and snoring shelters. Snoring, no snoring. Chimney Rocks it is. Today has been a bit of an emotional roller coaster. Like, my mind is just racing away, thinking about all kinds of things, past, present, things I want to do in the future. I mean, it is wide open. But today has also been kind of special. This is the first time in a while that like I was walking and I just kind of felt euphoric. Like I found myself genuinely happy to be out here enjoying this. I mean, I've been enjoying it every day, but that feeling, it's been a minute. I think it's because I knew I was getting a bit behind, and I had to decide if I was going to make that little jump. And by doing that, all the math, all the planning, all the calculations, that stuff kind of got put on hold. Still sweating like crazy though. Yeah, when all you've got to do is sit around and try to figure out where you're going to be, do you have enough time to get there? You know, financially, can it happen? All this and that. There's just so many things, all the way down to the weather. And like right now, I'm kind of on a timeline today because of the weather, but it has not been very accurate. I may pull up this afternoon and decide to stop at the 18-ish miles, which is what I'd planned on doing, and it may not rain a drop. Don't know. I'm thinking about when I make it to that road, depending on how I feel and what the weather's looking like. Boy, that sun is just, that'll take care of it. But yeah, depending on what the weather looks like, I may just push on to the next shelter, which is around 3 more miles, and that cuts off some of my walk for tomorrow. Tomorrow I do have a location I'm trying to make it to, Pine Furnace State Park, which is kind of where they do the half-gallon challenge for those who have made it halfway and they're willing to try and eat a half a gallon of ice cream. Your reward is an enormous bellyache, probably a lot of time in the bathroom, misery, and a little wooden spoon. Well, I have a wooden spoon, so I don't need another one. I think I might just eat a little ice cream, definitely not a half gallon. But anyhow, yes, today has been awesome. I mean, I'm making good miles, and it feels good. Other than the sweating, like I really am just pouring sweat, and I do mean pouring sweat. This is a fresh blowdown right here. This tree came down, took that small one down. All this ground is wet, and it doesn't take much wind, and these are not the deepest of roots, and when they're already rotted, doesn't take much, it comes tumbling down. And I've been crossing over them for the last 3 days. I've actually heard some off in the distance, and it keeps you on alert, no questions. All right, enough talking, more walking. Been pretty much skirting alongside these rock ridges all afternoon, and the terrain definitely changed. We're back to the rocks, slowed down quite significantly. I actually kicked one earlier with my right foot, and it's letting me know it. This is looking like a 20-mile day. It's supposed to be storms rolling in about 3 o'clock. And I've been hearing some rumbles off in the distance. So I'm gonna try and knock out these last 3 miles relatively quick so that I can try and not get wet, but I'll have to put my phone down because we're about to go rock climbing. There is no real easy way. You can see where some folks have went around the outside there, but the trail is in fact up and over these. There's a little ledge right here. Go down it and go up. Not too bad. The locusts sound different up here. They're nowhere near as loud as the ones back home. Somebody tried to tell me it was because there's not as many this year as there have been in the past. Well, I disagree. As far as that being the reason they sound different. They sound different because they're just not as loud. They are a different cicada. I've even seen some of the little shells, their little husks. I've even seen some of their little husks on the trees, and they're just small. As we go through the summer, is it possible there'll be more of them and it'll get a little bit louder? Maybe, I don't know. My pace has come to a halt. This is what we're going up there, just to the left of that. Yeah, I'm not sure what I did, but I have some pain shooting straight up the front outside of my shin. So we're gonna go right there.